Noble 6 came to Noble Team as a replacement, but a replacement to who? Today we're going to discuss who may be considered Noble 7, or the original Noble 6, and the backstory of what is basically at this point the Forgotten Noble Team Spartan. Let's go ahead and get into it. It's going to be a good one, guys.
That's sad.
The Office of Naval Intelligence believes deployment of a Spartan team is a gross misallocation of valuable resources. I disagree.
Commander,
So that's our new number 6.
Cat, you read his file?
only the parts that weren't covered in black ink.
In Halo Reach, Spartan B3112, or also known as Noble 6, whom we experience Halo Reach the game with, was a Spartan 3, and during the fall of Reach and the summer of 2552, he was assigned to Noble Team to take the place as Noble 6. Although it's not overly relevant to the story itself, at least the game that we got to play, we have to wonder what happened to the original Noble 6, the Noble 7 if you will, and what caused Spartan 3112 to enter the picture in the first place.
Lieutenant,
Commander, sir.
I'm Carter, Noble Team's leader. That's Kat, Noble 2, Emil and George 4 and 5. You're riding with me, Noble 6.
Not gonna lie to you, Lieutenant. You're stepping into some shoes the rest of the squad would rather leave unfilled. Me, I'm just happy to have Noble back up to full strength. Just one thing, I've seen your file, even the parts the Oni censors didn't want me to. I'm glad to have your skill set. But we're a team. That lone wolf stuff stays behind. Clear? Got it, sir.
So who was the original Noble 6? Well, his name was Tom. Like many Spartan 3s, became an orphan as a consequence of the Human Covenant War and the Glassings of the Covenant, and
Yes.
he wanted revenge. After volunteering for the program, Tom was brought to Onyx for training under Ambrose and Franklin Mendez in late 2531. Along with a few others, he was considered one of the best Spartan 3s and was given the Monier Powered Assault Armor.
Wow.
About 2 decades later, Battle of Fumarole on April 22nd, 2552, Noble Team along with Tom and Kat went to destroy a Covenant battle cruiser. When Kat was hit by a Banshee fuel rod bomb, she lost her arm, and that's when Tom came up to grab the fusion device and jetpacked up to the ship's battle cruiser's gravity lift. When inside, he threw the nuke into the ship and ran. Many people figured that this was actually Noble 6, just kicking ass, and he got out safely. Well, no, it was actually Tom here, and unfortunately, he did not survive. In fact, this whole sequence really is about the sacrifice of Tom and how he died in the war. He did not survive, and despite trying to get off the ship, he just didn't get off in time. This trailer was actually created before Bungie decided to depict Spartan B312 with default armor and promotional materials. So it's likely that Tom wearing the same armor was actually to help associate the image with his would-be replacement. And what's also interesting about Tom is that his service tag, A293, is also a reference to Bungie's obsession with the iconic number 7. So if you did the equation of 2 plus 9 plus 3 equals 14, is actually just 7 times 2. But at the end of the day, Tom and what he did was successful. He did destroy the Covenant battlecruiser and he did sacrifice his life, something that the rest of Noble Team would eventually do to the war, and was actually, interestingly enough, the catalyst for Spartan B312, or also known as Noble 6 in Halo Reach. And it's a pretty damn good thing that Noble 6 came because, well, he was the one that delivered Cortana to the right hands. Carter and Kat felt responsible for Tom's demise, unable to realize Tom knew it was his choice to take the bomb. But it sort of makes sense, especially for Kat to feel guilty about Tom dying simply because, well, she fell, she got hit by a fuel rod bomb, and he came up to assist her. And if anybody should have died, it would have been Kat in that explosion if she had been the one to go up there and do the thing in the end, right? So it kind of sucks we never really got to see much of Tom besides this trailer and a few other things. Since he was, after all, the original Noble 6 of Noble Team, you'd think we would have heard or seen a little bit more about him. But nonetheless, his sacrifice and his death led to Spartan B312, the Noble Six that we know, love, and cherish, to become his successor, and basically bring Cortana to the right hands. And Cortana being a key part of the war, maybe it's actually a good thing that Tom did die, so Noble Six could be the one to deliver Cortana to the right hands successfully and not fall to the Covenant.
I did actually see that trailer back when Halo Reach came out and everything. And so when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's Noble Six. Especially after I played the game, I was like, oh, that's Six going up there and throwing the bomb. I kind of didn't put two and two together that Kat lost her arm in that battle, in that war. I don't know. I mean, it's like what he said. Like I've always thought that was Noble Six, and you got off in time obviously because you play as Noble Six in the game. So that is interesting, and that's kind of cool. I think if I'm getting names right, Tom, his superior officer, I think is what the guy said. He had the same superior officer as Chief did, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not that good with names. But that's sad that he died, and that like you didn't get to see his story flesh out more. You only saw him in the one trailer. But I mean, it's like what the guy said in the video. Like if Noble Six hadn't have come onto the team, then Cortana probably never would have been given to the Pillar of Autumn, and then in come the sequence of events of Halo Combat Evolved and then Halo 2 and all that stuff. Like we wouldn't have known that, you know, she would have played a pivotal part in the war. But it's sad that Tom had to die, but I really wish that we could have seen more of a story